How's it, everybody? Welcome to the 5th episode of the Non-Fungibles. And we really hope that you've had a great time learning with us over the last 5 episodes, looking at top metaverses and crypto, Web3, NFTs that are out there. We're only getting started, and I think we've already covered more than 15 to 20 dApps. We've covered multiple different terminology.
Decentralized autonomous organization. What a mouthful.
And we've looked at various metaverses, and we're just getting started. I'm Mick Mann, one of your co-hosts for the show, and I'm really excited what we've got for you for this episode. First off, we're going to be going down the rabbit hole with Lebo, hearing about all the latest news in Web3, and there's some big names coming into the space, from Disney, Marvel. You have the new Meta Quest Pro that was just launched. Players like Apple are getting involved. And one of the biggest stories for us on a local level in Africa, Primedia, one of the biggest media houses, has just announced their entry into Ubuntuland. And we're very excited to see what they're going to be doing, developing various advertising platforms within Africarare and Ubuntuland, as well as building out their content and the amazing talent that they have, sharing that with the world in a whole new way. Then it's going to be over to Cait, where we learn about some of our latest dApps of the week. We've got some really cool dApps. We've included the Dubai Metaverse assembly as a dApp because Dubai, if you think about it, it almost is like a decentralized application at the moment. They got so many different cultures coming together, so many different players, and they are taking the metaverse very seriously. Then we'll be hearing from Solana, one of my favorite blockchains besides Ethereum, and then also looking at ChainLink and RNDR, those 2 dApps, which are also big players in the game. After that, we got a great interview in store for you, where I got a chance to interview Badrriya Henry, who's the founder and of Semblance World, which is a retail and fashion metaverse, someone I actually met in Dubai. And it's pretty interesting to think about this next massive opportunity that lies in retail with the metaverse and how all the big players are getting involved. So we had quite a fascinating conversation. Then we're going to be going back to Lebo around what the NFT, where Lebo's going to be explaining how to set up and use your Metamask wallet in a safe and secure and protected way. Then we're going to be doing a bit of Share the NFT Love and giving away some cool merch and NFTs to people who have joined the Discord in the last 2 weeks. Lastly, if you want to interact with us, make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Please stay with us. Make sure to like and subscribe to our page, join our Discord, share with us. We'd love to hear from you. And with that, let's kick off with the news. Over to you, Lebo.
Hey there, guys. I'm Lebo, and I'm here again this week to let you know what's happening in the Web3 world. Let's check it out. Now, this is my favorite news as yet. Disney and Marvel NFT buzz. The mouse has entered the virtual building, folks. Yep. Disney and Marvel are hinting that they're looking to release some of their IP as NFT collectibles.
That's cool.
Check out a place called Veve, an NFT marketplace that specializes in digital collectibles, particularly licensed collections. Among the most notable brands is Marvel and DC. So it looks like trading a Joker for a king is the new reality. Up next, a CryptoPunk sells for 3,300 ETH. That is $4.5 million, folks. Where are these rich people? Oh my God. The punk in particular was of a brown ape wearing what looks like a gray hoodie. Clearly a big Sunday vibe. Why the internet is so fascinated by apes? I will never know. The current floor price, which is the cheapest price of CryptoPunks, is 65.9 ETH, or $88,414,000. Celebrities like Jay-Z, Snoop Dogg, and Serena Williams hold CryptoPunks NFTs. You think they'll accept me into the club with a JPEG of Curious George? I don't know. Now, Meta launched their Meta Quest Pro at their Meta Connect, and needless to say, it's obviously super pro and comes at a pro price of $1,500. Yeah. It's great to see the research and the work they are coming up with. It's really, really inspiring stuff. And to some merrier news. Primedia enters the African metaverse. Our very own Africarare. That's right, guys. The media giant will drive their asset from the sweet stories in radio to all those big billboards that you see advertising your favorite things. Now you can see them up close and personal in Ubuntuland. And that's all the news I have for you this week, my beloveds. Cait, what you got on that side on the dApps?
How's it, everybody? I'm Cait, here to tell you about all the coolest dApps and occasionally let my ADHD off leash. Okay, so she's the front runner as the face of the dApp section. Seriously? She told us we were going to be taking over after episode 4.
I know, but bless her. I mean, look how happy she is.
Oh, you can actually see through this thing. Let's go. First things first, welcome to Dubai. Inside Dubai's iconic Museum of the Future, it was announced that the UAE's Economy Ministry was setting up shop in a virtual world that is currently taking shape, where our very own co-host Mick Mann was a panelist at Dubai's Metaverse strategy. The project aims to create 40,000 jobs and has already created 6,700 jobs, along with contributing $500 million to the economy of the UAE. Yallah, Habibti. Sheikh Hamdan bin Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum is the chairman of the Dubai Executive Council and Crown Prince of Dubai, and he officially launched the Dubai Metaverse strategy, saying that the Metaverse will shape a new digital future for humanity. And in its bid to become one of the world's top 10 metaverse economies, Dubai wants to attract at least 1,000 companies specializing in blockchain and related technologies, which was helped by easing visa rules and regulations for freelancers, entrepreneurs, and creatives. Number 2, Solana. Solana is a decentralized blockchain built to enable scalable, user-friendly apps for the world. Because you know what's not user-friendly? This thing. Integrate once and you'll never have to worry about scaling ever again. The Solana network is spread over thousands of nodes, ensuring that your transactions are always safe. Now, I know what you're thinking. Read a room! Solana's not doing that great. Try crackers for lunch isn't very nutritious. While some of those are true, Solana's NFT sales, however, have at least doubled in the last month. Go Solana! I believe in you! You got this. You're doing great, sweetie. Great! On to the next one. Number 3, we got ChainLink, which according to the internet is actually also the name of a queer kink. It's not. ChainLink has decentralized Oracle networks that provide tamper inputs, outputs. This does actually sound sexy. And computations to support advanced smart contracts on any blockchain. This enables access to real-world data and off-chain computation while maintaining the security and reliability, guaranteeing inherent blockchain technology. And finally, we have the render token, or RNDR. So the render network is the leading provider of decentralized GPU-based rendering solutions. Their vision is to democratize GPU cloud rendering and to connect users looking to perform render jobs with people who have idle GPUs to process the renders. Owners would connect their GPUs to the render network in order to receive and complete rendering jobs using Octane Render. Once they've registered their idle GPUs on the render network, these GPU owners become node operators. And as such, they're able to earn in render token. And that's all we got for this week's What's the Haps with the dApps. I'm going to hand things over to Mick Mann, who's ready with our guest of the week. Take it away.
So welcome back, everybody. It's time for our interview segment of today's show. And I've got a very special guest with us here today who I met recently at the Dubai Metaverse Assembly, who actually is an ex-South African from Durban living in Dubai, creating these magical new worlds. Badrriya Henry, who is the founder of Semblance Worlds, which is a fashion and retail metaverse focused on really, pushing the envelope on the future of fashion, NFTs in fashion, and Web3, how we can enable many, many designers and many people to get into the industry. Badrriya, great to be here with you as a robot avatar. How are you doing?
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me in your beautiful, immersive environment. It's really special.
Well, here we are in Victoria Falls in Zimbabwe.
It's gorgeous.
This is just one environment of many sort of inspirational landmarks that we've been developing in Africarare, Ubuntuland.
It's awesome. I'm so impressed of how far you've come with your project as well. It looks amazing.
Yeah, so I think it's still very early days for all metaverses. And I mean, being in Dubai, and we've just been to the Dubai Metaverse Assembly. Do you want to tell us a little bit about what you're seeing in Dubai? It's currently GTech on now from your point of view.
From my city, I mean, we're so heavily going in the direction of the metaverse, and we want to explore the technology and understand how it makes sense for the future. Being that Dubai is a very future-forward, future-driven city where innovation pretty much drives the city. So we're definitely looking in that direction. It's happening. It's not a question of whether it's going to happen. It is happening. And it's such an exciting place to be in. Everyone's talking about it. It's the buzzword everywhere. And we're looking at how to explore this, how it makes sense for brands. It's also a very good space to be in because conversations, anything related to the metaverse, conversations are happening. People are wanting to engage and come to events to understand it a bit more. So a lot of open discussions are happening. And of course, this week is GITEX. I don't live too far from the World Trade Center, and traffic is crazy. There are thousands of people going to GITEX. I can't even get out of my building without me have to like pre-plan 30 minutes ahead of time to get out. We have a panel discussion tomorrow, actually, on Semblance World at the Xverse in GITEX. So we're looking very forward to that as well.
Fantastic. And I mean, just before we get into the meat and hear about what you've been doing with Semblance World, I just want to, just continue on this idea that Dubai is sort of leading the way in the metaverse. And at the Dubai Metaverse Assembly that we were at last week, we saw the ministers are behind it, and the leaders of Dubai are actually behind building out this metaverse in Dubai, which I thought was so incredible to see. And also the idea that they've opened up the ministry now, and you can only get 50 million people in Dubai with planes. How many planes can you land and take off? But in the Dubai Metaverse, they're planning on, triple that number, 150 million.
I know. I mean, definitely, we do like to explore and experiment. So it's a very important, city where you can actually take that opportunity to experiment and explore what lays ahead. And the leaders are very much in the direction of innovation and tech. So they definitely like to experiment. They definitely like to explore. And we're lucky to be in the position where those conversations can happen and we can explore with them and show them, this is the project we're creating. How do you see it connecting? How do you see us a part of it? And they're very much open to explore that. So it's very, if you want to explore Metaverse, Dubai is definitely the city to come and check it out for sure.
It's so interesting because, I mean, even if you just think about Dubai, just mushroomed in terms of innovation and building and design and creativity. And, that's the same thing that can happen in the metaverse and will happen in the metaverse. So I think it's such a important insight for everyone that's watching to take note is that, there's a lot of information in action, and you get information from action. And I think the action that's taking place is pretty remarkable. Let's get into what you're doing and tell us a little bit about Semblance Worlds and how did you get into it?
So the history of Semblance World begins obviously back in lockdown, and I think a lot of experimentation around how to bring the world together or even, co-workers together when we're so separated was we were looking at strategies and ways to do that. And of course, the fashion industry was looking into how to kind of innovate and explore how we could bring fashion weeks to realization, how we could bring the community together. And so At that time, we were supposed to launch Africa Fashion Week Middle East when lockdown happened. And I remember we had an event that was meant to happen. It was in March. And we had to cancel it like a few days beforehand because everyone went into lockdown. And, we were so disheartened. And so we had to find ways of how to bring everyone together, but in a cool, creative way. And so that's when I decided, let me see how we could do this and how we could explore what options we have in the market. And so me and my partner at the time, Roberta Anand, we decided, okay, let's go ahead and let's explore this. We created an immersive strategy as such, and we entered a fashion hackathon. When we had done this, when we presented it, people in the fashion industry just were like, is this even possible to do? Can you actually immerse fashion? Can you actually go and explore and experiment in an immersive world? And it was a bit foreign. However, when we presented the same concept to Epic Games, they totally understood it. They got it right away. They understood the technology that we needed and the support that we needed. And from there, we built, they supported us and gave us a grant to build Semblance World. At that time, it was known as Semblance Project. And so they were like, you know what, we want to see what you guys have, what you guys are going to build. Let's go for it. And so they backed us. They were our first backers. And it was from there we built phase 1 and phase 2 of Semblance World, and we got a lot of, inquiry into it and how it makes sense. We still didn't understand quite exactly how to commercialize it. And then that's where we were exploring NFT, because from there it just organically grew. We got more co-founders involved. Now we're having Africa Fashion Week Middle East inside the Metaverse that's coming up soon. We're going to do a big announcement and a big reveal on the 27th of October. So we've grown quite a lot, and we're going to complete phase 3 of Semblance World very soon and present it to the world.
So exciting. It's a really exciting sort of journey you've been on. Let's touch a little bit on the Fashion Week that you got coming up.
Sure.
What are you planning? How's the format? Are you having, beautiful long-legged avatar models walking up and down the catwalk? Are you changing their wardrobes? How's it all going to work?
All right. So we're doing a small teaser. So at the moment, we're going to reveal something special on the day of. The team at Africa Fashion Week is very excited about it. They love what we've created for them, and they're just looking at how to use it and how it makes sense, because we always feel that the African narrative is that we're always behind or left behind, and we always are coming later, 5 years later, right? So we were like, you know what, we're positioned in the right city, we're the right team, we have the right technology coming from my side and from Semblance World. And so why not just leap us into the forefront and get us there with the rest of the world, and not come 5 years later with the Fashion Week solution.
Love it. I mean, I think that we share similar ethos. Us being from Africarare, Ubuntuland, is that we saw this conversation happening in Europe and Asia and the US around Web3 and digital ownership and NFTs, and we thought, how do we get involved? How do we make sure that Africa is not left behind and Africa can actually lead the way? So
definitely.
I think what you do is very commendable, and from action we actually get into doing that and into being in the lead. Yeah.
And I mean, we've also had conversations around adoption. So, how does the communities in Africa adopt it, and which cities, and who do we target, and how does it make sense for them, given, access to technology, access to Wi-Fi, access to so many different things. And so we felt, we'll test it slowly, and we'll experiment and see how the community respond and see what they want and what they need, and take it from there. We definitely feel that blockchain, if used correctly, can be very, very liberating for communities in Africa in terms of just freedom, really. We believe that.
Economic freedom, yeah. It really helps with trying to strive for that. What's exciting you about the space? Let's move over to a bit about what's happening on a global scale. Are you seeing anything at GTEx? Was there anything at the Metaverse Assembly that you saw? I know we got to hang out with Brad Bird a little bit from the Fabricant. Yes. It was also an ex-South African. So if you can see a little story here, a lot of ex-South Africans are doing cool stuff in the Metaverse. And current South Africans and ex-South Africans, sorry. Do you want to tell us about some of the stuff that's exciting you globally?
Right. So what I saw that was really exciting at the assembly was Microsoft's solution, the mesh that they introduced. I thought that was really awesome with mixed reality. It's just the next stage of augmented reality. I found that very interesting. My company itself, Fashion Foresight, explores XR technology for brands. So how to immerse brands in retail spaces and also online in a digital capacity. And so we found that very interesting. In fact, it was maybe one of my favorite moments was when they revealed that. And then I think also the discussions and the talks that were happening, I think was very insightful. Even when certain speakers or panelists rather, some of them disagreed with points of views, especially with decentralization. You had more the consultants having a specific point of view when it comes to government and policies, etc. And then you had on the other side those building metaverses that are very driven towards decentralized spaces. And so that kind of butting heads was very interesting for me as well. I found that quite that those are the kind of conversations we actually do have to make sure that the metaverse makes sense for everyone.
Yeah, I absolutely agree. You need a bit of debate to actually come to solid answers. And in terms of the fashion industry on a global level, is anything that's out there that you've seen recently that's exciting you? New types of wearables or
every day. There's so many things happening every day. I think there was New York a digital fashion week that was a few weeks ago. And then the Metaverse Fashion Council had an event last week that unfortunately I couldn't attend because we were a bit busy. And then there's just news after news about different brands exploring and experimenting and trying to find their space in the metaverse. Even if it doesn't quite make sense, they're still open to experiment. Because a luxury brand in a immersive environment that's driven for kids maybe doesn't quite fit right, but they're still open to explore and see what happens in those spaces. So we feel that definitely Semblance World fills that gap because it's very high-end experience, it's very luxury experience, and we think that the brands definitely will appreciate the space and the world that we're building, and it's based on Dubai. So Dubai is one of the biggest fashion retail capitals where there's a lot of spending. I think we're 22% in retail transactions globally, so it's quite a huge number, and so we feel like Dubai was the right place to create our immersive metaverse world. If
anyone wants to find you guys and know more about Semblance World, where should they go? How do they get hold of you?
At Semblance World, so pretty easy, on Instagram, and then the same on LinkedIn. And we do also have a YouTube video that's up and running, so you can follow us in those different platforms.
Awesome. Well, Badrriya, thanks so much for your time, and good luck for the rest of GTEx. Hope you see some amazing things and meet some cool people. And we'll see you again in either Ubuntuland or Semblance World.
In Semblance World, yeah, no problem. You're invited to the Fashion Week, physically or virtually. Either way, you choose.
Thanks. Cheers, everybody.
Hey there, all you cool cats and collectives. Today, we're going to be talking you through setting up your Metamask wallet. Cast your mind to episode 1, if you will, where we mentioned Metamask. If you forgot, here's a link just for you. So here's the download. Metamask is a crypto wallet for all your trading needs. It is used to interact with multiple blockchains and allows users to access their Ethereum and other tokens through a browser extension or a mobile app, which can then be used with decentralized apps. So essentially, it's a cool storage for all your crypto cash and assets. Also, this little fox face follows your cursor, which is a fun break from reality when you're overstimulated. To get started, go to metamask.io and download it for your Mac or your Windows. Be sure to check the number of downloads to make sure that the legitimate Metamask is being installed, as hackers might try to make clones of it, you know how these people are. But if you get it off their website, it should be legitimate. Next, click the Add to Chrome button. The app is available on many browsers as an extension, so just make sure that your browser allows the extension. Then you're good to go. Alternatively, download the app on your PC. Once installed, click the Get Started button. If this is your first time creating a wallet, click the Create a Wallet button. If there's already a wallet, then click the Import Wallet button. Click I agree button to allow data to be collected to help improve MetaMask. But like most warning signs, I suggest just ignore this and hit the no thanks button. Okay. After that, create a password for your wallet. This password is to be entered every time the browser is launched and wants to use MetaMask. A new password needs to be created if Chrome or your browser is uninstalled or if there is a switching of browsers. In that case, go through the Import Wallet button. This is because MetaMask stores the keys in the browser. Hit agree to the terms and conditions, of course. Now things get interesting and important. Click on the dark area which says, click here to reveal secret words. This allows you to get your secret phrase. Back up your secret phrase properly, in the exact order that these words appear. Do not store your secret phrase on your computer, please. The secret phrase is the only way to access your wallet if you forget your password. Once done, click the Next button. Your special words will appear jumbled and you have to arrange them in your given order. Click the buttons respective to the order of the words in your seed phrase. If done correctly, the Confirm button should turn blue. Click the Confirm button and read everything. So you have all the information, and as always, knowledge is power. Your account should look like this, showing the balance and layout of your cash and assets. In the future, you can access MetaMask in the browser by clicking the fox face icon on the top right. If the fox face icon is not visible, then click on the puzzle icon right next to it. Then click on the pin icon so it's always visible on the taskbar. And voila! You're ready to enter the Web3 world and stalk your ex online. Make real friends in the metaverse. It's time to share the NFT love. This, as you already know, is my favorite part of the show, where we get to show you, my beloveds, a bit of love, for showing us some love. So, the winners of the Discord raffle are in. Drum roll, please. Congratulations to all our winners, and each of you will be receiving an allow list draw. And do yourself a favor, go get involved, join the Discord, and you can actually strike it lucky with us. Ciao. See you next week.
Thanks so much for all of that. I hope that you enjoyed this episode. Thank you so much for joining us, for spending the time with us. We really hope that you got some value out of this and you learned something new, and it can propel you to do something in the space, use Web3, get ahead, and become a leader of the future. Thank you so much. We really appreciate you guys. Share the love with us, comment, give us your feedback. We want to hear what do you want us to cover, and like and subscribe. Hit our subscribe button and follow us on our different channels. Join our Discord if you want to be eligible for prizes in the next episode, if you haven't already, or be very active. Thanks, I'm Mick Mann. Keep smiling, and let's future-proof Africa together. Cheers.